medicine ball against the wall.
That's music, I think.
It's a bit of music, but that'll be the bang. There's 2 seconds and hopefully we'll shut it down. Do you like the music?
Like the music? No, I do. Okay.
I'm just
Good.
wondering, I'm standing here wondering
He's
if
just got
Tom
the
gets
strength.
down and asked him to do it, whether that's...
It's been a bit quiet because to be fair, we give a lot of the players a bit of time off, which I think they deserved. I mean, they've played 5 games. The vast majority, they played them all. So for the best part of 12, 13 days, all they've been doing is playing and recovering and playing. So it was an ideal time to let them have a break from it. And so in that respect, been a bit quiet. So let's hope it's had the desired effect, that we've got a bit of freshness back into them, ready for now Wigan. And then of course we've got then 8 or 10 or 9, something like that, away on international duty. So a big important game for us before we go into that break.
Of course, tomorrow you come up against your son Alex. Who will miss his first piece of...
That's a good question, and mothers and sons is something that we should not get in the road of. She'll be wanting Alex to do well, I'm sure, and wanting me to get the result, I think. But look, he's been in it a long time. He's had a horrific injury, Alex, over the last 8, 9, 10 months. He played for me for the best part of 4 years. He played for Ipswich for 4 years, Leeds for 2 years. He's had a good career, and as I said, if he's involved tomorrow, which he could be, then it'll be an interesting Saturday night, shall we say.
It certainly will do. And just thinking about Wigan in general, it's obviously been an eventful week there.
Yeah.
Was unfortunately his duties on Monday. What was your reaction to that piece of news?
Well, in management, it is what it is now, and I feel for every manager who gets the sack, because it's awful. That's the only way of describing it. It'll be awful. It's okay for a few days. Your telephone rings and everybody wishes their best on them, and then it goes very, very quiet, and then you have to reflect. He's left Manchester United, let's be fair, who had been there for the best part of 20 years, to go and take up a number 1 position. Warren, I'm sure, will bounce back. He's made a strong stuff, and he'll need to, because it is tough. But the way the football world is at the moment, then I don't think any of us are surprised anymore. There's another change in the Premiership. There's been 2 or 3 managers sacked this year. It's an ongoing situation which is not very healthy at the moment, so you do feel for him. And of course tomorrow, now the players, a different voice, a different attitude, a different formation, maybe different personnel, maybe. So we don't know what they're going to do, but whatever happens, it's going to be a tough game.
In that respect, as you say, they're struggling at the wrong end of the table, but as we've seen,
I seen them a month ago against Norwich. They were spirited, up until the last couple of weeks. They'd put a run together, what nearly got them out of the bottom 3. It was only 2 weeks ago they won it down the road 1-0. So you can't take it for granted. But the way we're playing lately, there's a little bit of confidence coming into the squad, and let's hope we can take that forward and get a positive result tomorrow.
And just on a bit of an aside, thinking about this international break that's coming up, Conor Horahan's been selected as part of Martin O'Neill's provisional Republic of Ireland squad. Do you feel that if he plays regularly here, as he seems to be at this moment, he can realise those international ambitions he has?
Well, I think that was part of his plan. He's been put in the provisional squad, and of course he's now got to force his way into the main squad, which is difficult with the players they've got. But certainly Conor has had a fantastic rise from where he was playing 18 months ago to where he is now. In the last couple of years, it's been a fantastic rise for him. The next step is, and he's very quietly now, he could have scored 5 or 6 goals for us. He's got 1 or 2 assists. He's always likely to get a goal. The supporters here they've took to him because he's something a little bit different. So he's got it all to play for. He's got competition ahead of him, but why not? That's his aim. And if he keeps playing well at a club like ours, then I'm sure Martin will be having a good look.
And on the injury front, we obviously saw both Henry and Nathan affected before and during last week's game. How are they both?
I don't think Nathan will make it. Henry might train today and try it. We'll see how that is. Hogan has trained for the last 2 days. We'll see how he is. That's a big call because he's been out for practically a month, but he's up and running again. Andre Green, it's a little bit too early for. Bakuna still suspended. That's where we're at.
And just finally, we saw Mile Jedinak drop into centre-back last week. Could that happen again?
Yes. I was mightily impressed. I'd seen him play there once before. And of course, going forward, Mile will not like me saying this, but he's 33 next up. And 6'3", 4 in midfield, you don't see many of them. So it might be a natural progression that he makes that transition. Certainly he's got all the tools to do it, and when he did go back, which is typical of a midfield player going back there, he looked very, very comfortable doing it. We all know how good he is in the air in both boxes, so it does give me food for thought. Yes, and going forward it could be something I'll look at more often.
Super, thank you very much, all the best, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve, it's a nightmare asking the injuries at the moment, but is it almost galvanising?
I wouldn't say galvanise, I think, but in adversity there's always something. Andre Green, for example, before he got injured, was excellent in the 2 games that we needed. The youngster came through and gave everybody a lift and a boost, and unfortunately he nicked a hamstring with fatigue. That was the disappointment thing, because it was obvious that he was going to fatigue, and that should have and could have took him off a bit earlier, but with the problems we've had, which would left him on the pitch too long. But him in particular has benefited from it. And of course we've had 3 kids on the bench last week, which is the academy now has seen a way through, which is vitally important.
Does the international break come at the worst possible time, or a good time to know the problem that you've got from the back?
Well, certainly a big problem is whether they're going to come back all right, you know. They're big games, some of them, aren't they? So big important games. Whether it's a good thing, it's probably, in terms of injury wise, a good thing for us, because hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have another 4 or 5 back, and people like Hogan, Lansbury, they'll be able to get some intensive work into them, which will stand them in good stead.
Obviously the performances have been throughout the team, and throughout the squad really, because of the injuries.
Yeah.
Any concerns about the fact that Jonathan is obviously leading the way with goals?
Well, that's the problem that we have faced. Without Codge in the January time, we struggled. It is something going forward we're going to have to address. We can't keep just relying on Codge to score. So we have to get goals in the team. So it's something that we'll try and look at from now until the end of the season to improve in that respect. We all know Codge is a bit of a free spirit. You know, he's not going to be easy to play with, because that's the way he is. You know, he's an individual. He's off the cuff, if you like, but since I've walked through the door, he's been terrific, and the goals he's got has been quite spectacular. I think he's got 15 now in less than 30 appearances, which is some going. So we need some more to step to the plate, and if we've got an Achilles heel, is we don't take enough chances. The Huddersfield game is key to that. In big games, even Newcastle, we've had 1 or 2 really good chances. In a big game, we have to be a bit more clinical. So it's something which we'll try and look at.
12 points off 6. Is the word playoff banned? Can you dare to dream?
Well, we're never going to give it up. And how many games we got left? 10? 9? 9? Still a lot of points. You have to say it's a shame that in the run we had, we just didn't even pick up average points, because if we had it done, then we would have been sitting very, very nicely. But if I'm going to be realistic, then it looks a tall order, but we never give up.
Is something similar down the road?
Yeah, yeah. Whether 12 points, and of course there's 1 or 2 other teams in real big form too, chasing, i.e. Fulham. And there's always somebody who drops out and somebody comes with a late surge. So You never know. Can we win 9 on the spin? Let's see.
Actually, not going to delve into your private life too much, but is it business as usual, or is it...
Oh, thank you, God. I didn't know what you were going to say there.
I mean, is there another thing you do? You're talk a bit less in the week up to a match? Or?
Look, Alex is now 33 coming up, which I can't believe. And just like his mum, then we're very, very proud of him, especially in the industry we're in. And he handles it remarkably well. He's had a very decent career, played over 350 times in the Championship. And if he's fit, I'm sure he'll do Wigan a turn. He's had a horrible injury at the wrong time in his career. But of course, he's your boy at the end of the day. So we always want him to do well. It's one of these occasions where there's a no-win situation, but as I said, both of us handle it with a maturity these days. I hope he gets fit. And I hope he can do Wigan a turn. Because if he does get fit, then, well, I know for a fact he'll be able to do something for them.
So you don't avoid talking to each other around?
I know we'll blank each other tonight, that's for sure. Yeah, he says to me yesterday, Dad, I'll see you Saturday night. So that was, I'm not speaking to you tomorrow.
So does it depend who wins on who plays for dinner, or anything traditions like that?
Well, we'll leave that up to his mother. His mother will make that decision one way or the other.
That'll be you then?
Yeah, probably.
Cheers,
or her. Yeah.